right. Wow. What a blowout rally. The Dow and the S&P 500 are making new highs for the year. Bitcoin rallies past 42,000. Gold soars to new record highs. I mean, we found a few trades today. I mean, wow. And the markets are moving much lower today. So the question is this rally over? And also, how does this affect our position? So welcome to Coffee with Markus and Mark. And today is Monday, December 4th. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. Gosh, Mark, what a start into the Monday. Last week, we finished for the fifth week in a row at record highs. Not record highs, but highs for the year.
Yeah, just a real nice week, Marcus. The Dow and the S&P making new highs for the year. The S&P had its highest close since 2022, and I think I saw that it was the longest win streak for the Dow since 2021. So a lot of enthusiasm and a nice week.
Yeah, and I mean it's so interesting because I mean we were just moving higher, even though on Friday last week, if you look at the economic calendar, Powell was speaking last week, and he basically said, "Well, I don't think we are there yet," but traders shook it off and said, "Ah, we do believe that you are there yet," because if you look at the probabilities. Traders are now expecting the Fed to lower rates in March. I think this is overly optimistic. I don't think that's happening.
I agree with this one, Marcus. We know that traders have not quite been in sync with what the Fed has done with their rate hikes. But hey, just that thinking though, where there's that mentality that everybody's thinking that the Fed is likely to cut. I think that is a positive for the market, but I do think that the Fed will stay longer.
Yeah. And it also seems that today there's a little bit sobering after the party all weekend, 5 winning weeks in a row. I mean, right now markets are decisively down. The S&P 500 down 1%, the Nasdaq down 1.6%, even the Dow down 0.5%, and the VIX, the volatility index, jumping today 7.6%. What's driving this?
You know, it really just looks like profit taking, Marcus. I don't see any major catalyst for this drop. I think it's really just a matter of moving so quickly higher over the last couple of weeks and finishing the week strong and seeing an opportunity to take some profits, take some risk off the table, maybe looking for what to do next.
Yeah, because we also talked with our masterminds this morning. I mean, the S&P 500 is now 18% year to date. I mean, earlier today we were above 19%. I mean, the rally cannot continue. At some point, we need to pull back into my stake zone here.
And I think that there's a good chance that that's going to happen before we move higher. Now, December historically is a nice month, and if it is a positive month, I saw that on average there's a gain of 3%. Now, if it's a down month, then it's down 3.2%. But typically, this is a nice month, and we know that there's that Santa Claus rally many times at the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, talking about rallies, I mean, look at Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin, like, holy cannoli. I mean, in overnight trading here, it was above 42,000. I mean, Bitcoin is now up 150% for the year.
Yeah, do you think that this is really tied to the possibility of that Bitcoin ETF or more of a risk on or combination of everything?
You know what? Honestly, I'm not so sure because the hype right now is AI. If we thought about before last year, I mean, ChatGPT is now 1 year old. Before this, we were all talking about the metaverse, right? And this were also, especially in the metaverse, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would have had a bigger role. It seems that right now everybody is just talking about AI, AI, AI. And I want to be absolutely honest. I don't know enough about Bitcoin that I know what's driving the rally. I heard that there's another halving event coming up in April, I believe, and that this is where people say, well, it could be that before this, Bitcoin could actually rally to the next resistance level, which is at 48,000. And this morning I saw that even some say, well, 2024 could be the year for Bitcoin to go to 100K. So, and again, I'm not a Bitcoin expert. I just find this super interesting that even though we see in the Nasdaq, right, where usually we have AI stocks and all of this, that is down 1.7% right now, that Bitcoin is just having this massive rally over the weekend.
Yeah, Bitcoin's up 150% for the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just, yeah,
But you see, also gold. And this is what baffles me a little bit. Gold. I mean, flight to safety. Whoa! What a reversal! What the heck? Look at this. Because this
yeah.
morning, I want to just switch to a weekly chart, even maybe to a monthly chart, so that we see it. I mean, gold made new all-time highs, but now pulling massively back. Wow! That is a reversal that I did not expect because this morning I saw gold above 2100.
Yeah, and the dollar index is creeping higher too. So this morning, um, it was down just a little bit, but it is reversed as well. So I don't know if the tail's wagging the dog or the dog's wagging the tail there, but um, definitely a change in gold and that dollar.
Yeah. Also, interest rates higher today again. I mean, both the 10-year and the 2-year up more than 2% today. So, I mean, today is just a wacky day, I want to say. There's no rhyme or reason why the markets are moving as they're moving right now. But hey, this is
Yeah.
why we always say trade what you see, not what you think. Because if you start thinking about it, of why suddenly we have this massive drop here also in the NASDAQ, and if we head over to the heat map, take a look at this. We see that okay, Tesla down 2%, Amazon down 2.3%, Google down 2.8%, Microsoft 2.6%, Nvidia, everybody's darling, 3.4%. And I absolutely agree with you, Mark. I do believe that at some point this is a little bit of profit taking, especially in the magnificent seven here that have been driving the rally most of the year.
Exactly. And I mean, that's going to happen, especially with a quick move, fast move like we had. So, well, it's interesting. We're down a little bit in the red. The Dow hanging out, though, the Dow, down only 0.5%. And if you look at the Dow, just interesting to see, at least when we looked at this morning, I think we were 2% away from record highs.
I
Like,
know. I mean, it's kind
how
of
did that
crazy.
happen?
Yeah. All right. Hey, we got to talk about a couple of stocks that are moving today. One of them being Spotify. Spotify up 7.7% on news that they are actually laying off 17% of their workforce. And you would think, well, if they're saying that they're laying off, they're not doing well. But traders and investors are loving it this morning and giving it a massive boost.
Yeah, when there are layoffs, from a trading perspective, you should instantly think, "Oh, great." You're not thinking about the people laying off, getting laid off, and that's always unfortunate. But generally speaking, that helps the bottom line for a company, and it's a positive for the stock, and we see that here.
Yeah, and I mean, this week we just briefly looked at the economic calendar of last week, but if you look at this week, it is all about jobs. We're starting tomorrow
Yes.
with the JOLTS jobs opening. On Wednesday, the ADP non-farm employment change, and then on Friday, the big one, the jobs report for November. Right now, it is expected that the non-farm employment change is slightly going up. The unemployment rate stays the same, and I mean, with news like this today, that Spotify is laying off 17% of their workforce, I think there will be a little bit more talks about jobs this week.
Of course, and yeah, that's the focus.
Yeah. All right. Another stock that has been in the news is ALK, Alaska Airlines. And Alaska Airlines right now down 15% because they agreed to buy Hawaiian Airlines, one of their rivals, in a $1.9 billion deal. And Mark, we talked about it. Usually, what happens is when somebody says, hey, we are acquiring another company, that at first the company that is being acquired jumps up, the company that is acquiring is moving lower initially.
And that is what you see. So they are, either cash deal or share deal. I didn't look into the specifics, but that's what you get when the company's doing the buying. Strategically, this is probably a good thing for Alaska. I know years ago they picked up Virgin Airlines, and it looks like they're taking on some other airlines, especially to have more West Coast exposure. So probably long term, this is good for Alaska, but short term, seeing that drop.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a look at our positions, and then we also have two trades for you because we entered both a trade. I mean, I was the first to enter a trade, then Mark entered one. If you would like to know these trades, click on like really quick. And while you are clicking on like, I just want to show you something that we are doing right now. We do have a holiday calendar. Absolutely free, and it's full of surprises. And if you like this idea and participate there, there's a link underneath this video. I just want to show you what this is all about. So we're having some fun here in the 25 days leading up to Christmas. So on December 2nd, for example, we asked you and whoever is participating to post a Santa hat or holiday outfit on your pet. So this is where, how's Chip doing with that, Mark?
Chip was not very interested in having a hat on him this year. I know it's a little bit delayed. I might try to do it again, and maybe that will come a little bit later. But I took a picture of him with a little polar bear to be in the mood and the spirit, and he wanted to. He was very interested in that polar bear.
All right. That's very cool. So yesterday, for example, we gave the wheel options trading strategy audiobook for free. So you can just listen to it if you want to. So these are just little surprises for you. And then today we had some fun where we said, share your favorite Christmas movie. And so we have our own private network here. We have Mighty Networks. And this is where people shared their favorite movie. And Mark, what's yours? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, this is really really difficult, and I do have a family tradition of watching Elf on New Year's or New Year's Christmas Eve. Just with the kids, they loved Elf. I My wife and I really enjoy Love Actually. I think that's a great Christmas movie. But then there's also the classics, Miracle on 34th Street. Uh, you know, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard. So I mean, really, really hard. But I would probably say Love Actually. I think that's a surprise one, but a good one. What about you, Marcus?
My favorite, hands down, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. I mean, this is
Yeah,
just. I mean, it came out in 1989. I've been watching it pretty much ever since. With the kids, we have been watching it every year. Well, sometimes multiple times, and I think it's just a fun thing that we are doing here. And so, before we move on to our trades, last question: Die Hard, is it a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
is that a question? Absolutely, a Christmas movie. Absolutely.
Okay, two thumbs up for Die Hard is a Christmas movie. What do you think? Leave a comment there. Okay, let's take a look first at our open positions and then we show you the new trades that we entered. And first up here, CSIQ. And I mean, super surprising today, right? Where we have the NASDAQ down 1.3%, the S&P down 1%. CSIQ, let's go back here, is actually up 2.17%. That's pretty good news for CSIQ.
Yeah, go figure. Kind of hard to explain that one, but I'll take it. Again, seeing some strength and support in CSIQ. I'm still hoping we could get a nice rescue down at these levels, but I like that strength.
Absolutely. NEE here, just also keeping moving higher against the grain today. So we're up 0.3%. And I mean, loving this that both of these positions are marching higher, even though the markets, I don't want to see that they're crashing, but a move down of more than 1% in the S&P 500 is a significant down move.
It really is, and that positivity there, I'll take it. Let's move on up.
Yeah. All right. PNC, gosh, PNC had a great week last week and even today moving higher. And so this is where you already sold calls against your existing position. My cost basis is at 141.50, and today I'm looking to sell calls actually against the 143. I want to zoom in here so that you see what this means. What would happen here is so I have 1,200 shares of PNC. My cost basis is actually 141.50. I kind of need to correct this. So if I'm selling it at 143, not only do I collect some nice premium, but I'm also making some nice gains on the stock because I bought it for 141.50 and I'm selling it for 143. And this is where, I mean, PNC also today, I mean, earlier we were positive for the day. Let's see where we are right now. We are positive for the day, right? So this is why I thought I can sell calls above my strike price, hoping to make a little bit of money on this one because we have been in this one for quite a while. So it
Yeah.
has been, if you look at this, March 7th when we entered this one. So, oops, there we go. Let's say that this is an arrow. Okay, so we have been in this for a while, and it seems that maybe this week or next week where we might get called away. I wouldn't mind riding it up a little bit here if we can.
Yeah, I agree. And I- I'm looking at this. It looks like maybe I could even roll for 90, 95 cents. That's not quite where I want to be right now. But can't complain with this move. Hoping I could sell calls for a couple of weeks. I hope we pull back to that range and just kind of sit tight at 136 and then take off. I think that's still possible, but strong move in PNC.
Yeah, so let me just correct this here to the 141.50 and then also looking at the quotes right now because I'm interested in selling the 143 right here at 75 cents. And as you can see right now, I am the ask. This is me. The bid is at 65 cents. So I could get 70 cents if I wanted to. I want to see if we can rally a little bit more, get 75 cents. I would be content with 70 cents because if we see this, so 70 cents would actually give me a premium of $840 plus the gain on the stock of $1,800 for a total of $2,640. So I might lower this to 70 cents and get, let's just see what is PNC doing here right now. So, I mean, we are probably right now pushing towards highs of the day. So, we'll see. That's at least my plan. Okay,
Uh,
let's talk
And
about UPS. UPS,
just
another great run today. I mean, what do you know? UPS up 0.4%, even though the markets are kind of crashing down.
again, I mean, I'm not going to complain with this one. I really felt UPS had a good chance of getting back into that range between 152.50 and 157.50. I like that move. I think that maybe we stay there for a little bit before rallying again. That puts you in a great place to sell calls. And then with a push above 160 and onward, I can start making money on this one as well.
Yeah, and so I was looking at selling the 157.50 call this morning. So I would be able to get probably 90 cents for it. Earlier, a dollar was possible. I'm waiting here a little bit because I agree with you that UPS has definitely more potential on the upside. So I am more interested in riding this a little bit up together with you. I mean, here, come on, brothers in arms. You need to get it to go up to 165. So I'm more interested right now in selling the 160. And if UPS today, on a day where the S&P 500 is down 1% or more, is up for the day, all I need is a little bit of an update. And if it only gets up to another percent, I will probably be able to sell the 160 calls.
Liking that. Yeah, my cost basis 165, break even 162.26. A lot of that because of the dividend, but I'd love to get back up into that 162.50, 165 range.
All right, let's talk about the trades that we took today. So we've been talking about energies already all of last week. And then this morning, Oxy popped up on the scanner. And Oxy popped up with a strike price of 57. That is definitely a price that we like here. I'm trying to draw a straight line and I can't. That is okay. So this is where right now 24 cents still available. Earlier I took the trade and I got 32 cents on this one, collecting some nice premium here.
Yeah, I really like this trade. I like the 57. The 58 was available for a little bit as well. Didn't like the 58 as much. And I put in a trade for 32 to join you, Marcus, and I was not filled. And early on in the morning, it looked like we were going to get a quick reversal there with Oxy, and that one appeared to be gone.
Yeah. So that's why you decided to go to the other one that we kept an eye on. I mean, we both traded XOM last week, and XOM this morning again said, "Hey, we have some premium for you. Would you like to have it?" And you said, "Sure, I'll take it."
Give it to me. Yeah, so we traded you traded the 102 last week. I traded the 101. I think I've traded the 102 and 101 before a few times. And then today the 100 was available. So I was able to get 32% annualized on that the 100 strike. So lowering my potential uh, purchase price a buck compared to last week and getting some nice premium there.
Yeah. So these are the two trades, and they're still available for you. So if you're interested, because there is some weakness today in the markets, obviously, and these are the ones that we really like. We looked at a few other ones, but XOM and Oxy were our two favorites here. So I took the Oxy trade, you took the XOM trade, and we'll see how these trades are doing. Last time I checked, I was already up 40%. And if we can get 80% of the max profits in a 1 day trade, we do it. So this is why I have a profit taking order in the markets right now for this one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Is this helpful? Let me just ask you, because if it is, then do us a favor and share this video with anybody who might find this helpful. And also, just quick reminder, if you want to participate in these 25 days of Christmas, which I think is lots of fun, there's a link underneath the video, or you just go to rockwelltrading.com/holiday. Again, nothing to do here, or yeah, enter your email address so that we can send you an email whenever we unlock a new door. You see number 5 right now, you can't click on it, but you can do number 4 and all of the previous. So if you would like to have a copy of the audiobook, just register there and then you can download it absolutely free. So if you liked today's show, give us a like. If this is your first time here, hit the little subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you get notified whenever we go live again. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.